We're talking with members of the Kremlin Hillsdale FFA today. And first up, what is your name?
My name is Morgan Hayes.
Morgan, what office do you hold?
I am our president.
Awesome. So I got the person in charge.
Yes.
What year are you this year?
I'm a senior this year.
Excellent. So how's the year been going so far for you?
It's been good, but it's also been busy planning for graduation and all the things that come with it.
All that on top of the fact that you're president of the
Yes.
FFA and busy. What are you working on in the FFA specifically this year?
Recently, I have found a love for welding, so we've been doing a lot of welding. And
Okay.
we've also been preparing for our labor auction that is coming up.
Excellent. Is the welding thing something that's just a fad right now that you think is really cool, or is this something that you think that maybe could be a lucrative career?
I don't think it's a career for me. I'm not that good at it.
Okay,
but it's more something just fun.
Okay, yeah. So like backyard artwork,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Can you weld a bead?
Yeah.
You do that?
I'm okay at it.
Pass the bead thing? Well, at least you get two pieces of metal to stick together, which is 90% of the battle. Doesn't have to be pretty if you're just
Oh, yeah,
playing
no.
around.
As long as it,
All right.
as long as it sticks together.
Excellent. What else is going on this year in the FFA?
We are opening our greenhouse again this year,
Okay.
so we have that going on.
Excellent.
Getting some flowers in and some plants.
Now, do you do a sale at some point or just sell it throughout the season?
We do a sale,
Okay.
but not quite here yet.
Not yet. Well, the plants got to
Yeah,
grow.
they gotta
we
come in first.
Yeah, we're a little bit ahead at this point in the year. As you look back at the last 4 years, I assume you've been in FFA the whole time, or 5 years, or whatever it's been. What are some of the really cool things that have happened to you in the FFA?
I would say that one of them is that I've got to go outside my comfort zone. I used to be a lot more shy than I am now. And I've got to meet a lot of cool people, learning about leadership and going to a bunch of conventions.
Awesome. Coolest thing that's happened at a convention? Got to be something, or that one person you met going, I can't believe I got to meet those people.
Probably just seeing the amount of people that are all come together, like thousands of people come, and just knowing that many people share the love for FFA.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we live in Oklahoma, but it is still amazing how many people are wanting to be in leadership positions in agriculture. So what happens after you graduate from Kremlin Hillsdale? What are you going to do?
Well, I actually plan to stay here on Enid,
Okay.
and I plan to play softball and also continue my academic career at NOC.
Okay. All right. So you do the local thing first, do a couple of years, get
And
the
then I'll-
associates, and then see what happens next.
See what happens.
That is a good plan. Very good for you. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
All right. We continue to talk to the Kremlin FFA. Up next, what is your name?
Andrew Wright.
Andrew, you are a senior this year.
I am.
And what office do you hold?
I am the vice president.
Okay, the vice president. Andrew, what's been going on for you this year?
We just recently got done. We welded a bunch of ornaments and stuff for Christmas sale. And we just recently finished a raffle ticket for a deep freeze.
Somebody win that?
Yes.
Did you win?
I did not.
Okay. We said you welded Christmas ornaments. How does that work? Is it welding or soldering or
Some
gluing
of
or what?
it was horseshoe
Oh,
welding.
okay.
And some of it we used the plasma cutting table.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then we welded it after.
Yeah, so it's literally welding. I was thinking of like dainty little ornaments. You're
Yeah.
talking about like horseshoe ornaments. Okay,
Yes.
very, very cool. What else have you been doing with the FFA?
We've been preparing for our labor auction, as Morgan said, and just getting ready, working hard to try to go to a state convention and all that fundraising.
Excellent. As a senior in the FFA, you probably got some memories too.
Yes.
What's some of the cool things that happened for you?
I'd probably say the most memorable was going to national convention last year. Just being able to see who all goes to those and all the things that they do and all the places that we got to go on the trip there and all the experiences we got to have.
Very, very cool. National Convention, Indianapolis, right?
Yes.
Kind of same question. Any speakers that really stuck out to you, things you learned, you're going, I didn't know that, or...
At national convention, we had a speaker that played in the WNBA that she was really good, and I really enjoyed that, listening to her talk.
Very cool. Very cool. What's next for you after high school?
I'm also planning to stay at NOC. I want to try to walk onto the NOC basketball team
There you go.
and get my associates at NOC.
Awesome. Good for you. I appreciate you. Yeah, good
Thank
luck. Keep it. When you become an NBA player, let me know, okay? All right. Kremlin FFA chapter, the officers in today. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Pepper Elmore.
Pepper Elmore, what year are you?
I am a junior.
And what office do you hold?
I am our reporter.
She's the reporter, so you're going to write down notes. When we're finished today, what will your report look like about your visit to the radio station?
I'll talk about what all we got to do and what all we got to experience, and I'll help Ms. Combs make a Facebook post and maybe even put it in our school newspaper.
Is it going to be positive news?
Of course.
Okay, I just never know. I never know. So what all, obviously reporting, but what else are you doing in the FFA this year?
I show a lot of livestock, and I'm hoping to compete in ag communications here in the spring.
Excellent. So ag communications, I know you're still got some time. Is that a future endeavor, like after high school? You want to go down the communications route?
I have thought about it, but I think I'm more leaning towards becoming a chiropractor.
Okay. Again, a good field. The only reason I mention that, I wish that my major had been ag communications back in the day when I went to Oklahoma State rather than broadcasting, because the ag comm thing is an amazing degree for people that want to be in that field. So good for you. We'll see you back here next year, okay?
Yes.
All right. Next up from the Kremlin FFA, what is your name?
I'm Macy Mack.
Macy, what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
And what title do you hold?
I'm the Sentinel. Actually.
Sentinel. That's the person that's in charge of everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if somebody gets out of line, you have to grab them by the scruff of the neck and escort them out of the meeting, right?
That's what I've heard.
Has that ever happened?
No.
Okay, good, because I don't want that to happen. But that's actually the role of the Sentinel. A lot of people may not know that.
Yeah.
What are you doing this year in the FFA?
This year we've been talking a lot about plants because we have our plants coming in, and we've been preparing for the labor auction. And I've gone to one convention that was like a lot of fun, and that's pretty much all I've done so far.
Well, we've talked a lot about labor auctions. For somebody that's never been in the FFA, didn't grow up on a farm, describe what a labor auction actually is.
Well, we have like a silent auction and a live auction, and then we have all of our kids in FFA. They will come up and stand on a stage and get auctioned off for work.
My principal purchased me for a day of labor at his place, and I pulled weeds along his fence row for like 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
Nothing like hanging out with your principal all day long. One of the most terrifying moments in my entire life.
Yeah.
So hopefully your experience will be a lot better than that.
Hopefully.
So, and what year did you say you're in?
I'm a sophomore.
So you're kind of just in the middle of your FFA experiences, but what's the coolest things that's happened to you so far?
Probably just getting to know the group better and like having a better bond with everyone and having good memories to look back on in the future.
Good
and just
deal.
getting the experience.
Going from Sentinel to President, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Next up, we continue our conversations with the Kremlin FFA. And what is your name?
Kinsey Gorman.
Kinsey, what year are you?
I am a junior.
A junior? All right. And what is your office?
I am chaplain.
You're the chaplain, so you got to pray for everybody before we're done today, okay? Now, tell me what you've been doing in the FFA.
Working on welding stuff for the Christmas sale, and we recently got in some new, what are they called? Some new models for our.
For the welding? Is it
No, it's for our animal science class.
Okay, awesome. So now, do you do any show animals at all? Anybody?
I do not.
You don't do show animals. So with the welding, tell me about how that went for you.
It went all right. I mean, it was my first time, so
I know.
it wasn't amazing.
It's kind of scary. You put the helmet on, you can't see anything, and all of a sudden you hit the thing, and boom, it explodes, and it does its thing. But did you get to a point where you could at least weld the bead and make two pieces of metal stick together?
Yeah.
So, all right. There's lots of money in welding. I'm just telling you. What year are you in again?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, so next year you're doing the senior thing. Do you have plans for the future yet?
Yes.
That you're looking at? What do you want to do when you get out of high school?
Plan to go to Northwestern.
Okay.
And then graduate and go to OU dental school.
Very cool. She's going to be the doctor that we all got to pay a lot of money to. Very good. Thank you for coming in. All right. And finally, our last member of the FFA from Kremlin we're going to talk to. What is your name?
Abby Lacrone,
Abby, what office do you hold?
parliamentarian.
Parliamentarian, keeping everybody in order during the meeting. And what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Abby, what are you doing this year?
Well, I've been working on those Christmas ornaments, and I recently took up welding as well.
Okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
I do also learn about plants for our greenhouse.
Let's go down the route of the plan. We've been talking a lot about welding. Let's talk about that greenhouse. How big of a greenhouse is it?
It's pretty big. I'd say, For as many plants that we're probably going to hold, it's probably pretty
Do you have any idea how many plants you'll have, give or take? May have to ask the instructor on this one, but
Yeah.
we're talking about hundreds of plants?
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a surprise to all of us. At the same
That's a
time.
lot.
It's a lot of plants to take care of, a lot of plants to water and
Which
make sure.
is probably good for, responsibility.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Do you know what type of plants yet? Are we talking about vegetables? We're just talking about
Yeah,
flowers?
probably
or-
a big variety of it.
Okay. So as soon as everybody starts getting ready for their spring gardens, we can come to Kremlin
Yeah.
and get the tomato plants or the beans or whatever you're going to be raising. Great deal. Great deal. So you can come back and see us next year?
Of course.
All right. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Kremlin FFA. Appreciate Kremlin Hillsdale School as always and everything they do. And it's been great with FFA.